well start the ARB meeting for the month. I have a call to order. Roll call, please.
Haley,
Here.
Lawson,
Here.
Day,
Here.
Edwards,
Here.
Larson.
Here. Okay, and typically we like to open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Since we got a Boy Scout here, would you like to have the honors?
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, next agenda item is the ARB minutes. Anybody want to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the February 21st, 2018 regular Architectural Review Board meeting.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Opens up discussion. Anybody see any errors in there that need to be corrected? Okay, then we can put it up for a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next is citizens' time. This is for anybody that wants to bring up any issues to the board outside of the COAs for tonight. Are there any members that would like to? Okay, so we'll go right to certificate of appropriateness. First one we have on the list is a School of Rock.
So Mary's here tonight to show the stained glass that she has come back to you guys with for the previously discussed application. So I'm going to let her show it. And do you need any help?
No, thanks.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I don't know if anyone has gotten to see the new front door. It is sealed, it works properly, it looks exactly the same. The doorbell is functioning, in fact, it looks much better than the original. So if you recall from the doors that we had, there are two panels that had the stained glass before. And so what we want to do is put the stained glass back in there. And this is what we kind of came up with. This is our logo, and we need some more holes. So this is the stained glass we were kind of hoping to use. It takes up a bunch of the difference. It would only be red in this little area. This part down here, which is the music bars, on the windows next to it, it has something similar to this is down the sides. And so we thought we'd throw a little bit of this just in here that would mimic the side windows that have the same texture there. And then have the treble sign, and then the bass sign would be either, and I'm open to this either way, either black or gray. I don't have the black here, but black is pretty obvious. And then the same dark, and I'm not a stained glass person, I don't know what they call the soldering type lines, but in the same dark finish that the handles, that the finish is on all of the
Like a
hardware.
bronze, like an aged bronze.
Correct.
And the main part of that would just be plain.
It would be just the plain glass, and that's how it was before, which
Okay.
was the plain glass.
I love it. I think it's really neat, and I think that you've been so kind and accommodating with all your other signs. I think this would be something that's neat and personal to your business. And also, I mean, hopefully you'll be there for a long time, but even if you were to switch locations or something, someone could replace the windows.
It is that way too.
Mhm.
So, because we already have the plain glass, and so it's going on the inside.
And then they just put like a wood, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're using wood, but the contract, just
Right.
some kind of finish to secure it in there.
Mm-hmm.
But no writing or anything, it's just,
Nope.
I like it too.
So what is the treble and the bass symbol going to be made out of?
Plain old,
Just the black, yeah.
Okay.
which is the same color as the whole trim of the house is all
Black.
black. The shutters
Mhm.
black,
Mhm.
which is why I'm leaning more towards
That than the
black.
gray.
But I didn't know if I was okay with the gray, but I think this picks up everything else. The red picks up the door that's around it.
I think the black will stand out better.
Oh, yeah.
It'll pop.
And I didn't want too much because since removing the stained glass, I love all the light that's coming in. So I didn't want to cover too much of it. I wanted to be able to still get a lot.
I like it. So unique and, yeah.
And that'll be on both windows?
Yeah. I have been told by my musical son that the bass clef and the treble clef are in the wrong spots.
Yes, opposite.
Yeah, but they're staying there, so.
Wonder how many people will tell you that.
I know.
Okay. I make a motion to approve zoning permit number 2018-002.
A second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Last chance for discussion. We put it up for a vote then. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. I
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Me too.
We'll all be done then.
I don't think we have representation for the Little Free Library yet,
Do we?
right? So how about if we bump that off towards to the end of the agenda? Now we'll go into the community garden.
So tonight we have with us Alexander Kelly. He is a Boy Scout who is going to be doing his Eagle Scout project, and he is going to do a community garden at the town park. So I'm going to kind of let him explain his project and what he wants to do. And then if you look on page 25, 24 and 25, that'll kind of give you an idea of his plans.
So I will be building a community garden by the town park. It will have a 32 by 32 foot border with 16 4-foot by 4-foot individual beds on the inside. The beds will be filled with topsoil, and the outside border will be filled with mulch. Also, a rain barrel will be placed near it to keep water nearby.
Is there a reason why you wanted to do 16?
There isn't really a reason. It was just a good number, and it provided different locations for different types of flowers and fruit to be produced. So
Okay.
Also, there was a garden up there previously that was roughly 30 by 27 feet, I think, when you measured it.
30
So it was about the same size back there already.
Okay.
Sorry, I just choked myself. At the events committee meeting today, we also discussed and this doesn't have to do, because he's not doing the planting, he's making the garden for us. But there was discussion that some of the local preschools are going to learn about growing things, and we figured if we had a few more beds, then each one could maybe adopt a bed and kind of watch it grow and the things grow. And then we discussed what would be planted in the different ones, so.
Okay.
really-
So, the maintenance of it later, I mean, who's maintaining the,
Our Public Works Department,
oh, is that it? Is that right?
town clerk and our town planner.
What we're hoping for kind of long-term maintenance is this year we get it off the ground and we hopefully have help from the local schools, the preschool next door at Haymarket Baptist, some of the other ones. And then if that goes well, hopefully they'll maybe adopt a little, bed. If not, we were hoping maybe in future seasons we can open it up to the community and allow for a small rental fee that they can have a bed. And, of course, we'll have rules of the garden to go along with it, but we're really hoping that this year we can do it kind of in partnership with some of the local schools. We do have the option of having our landscaping contract. They can provide some water, things like that. They won't be doing any of the planting or maintaining or picking the fruit and vegetables, but we're hopeful the kids, if they got involved, they could then take the crops and, take them home, but have it as a learning experience, so.
And the items that we chose at the events committee are pretty hardy, so we chose them purposely for low maintenance, and
Okay.
there's be some flowers, some herbs, and then potatoes and carrots and tomatoes and things like that that are.
So anyone in the community can go and take from it?
We're still working out all the rules.
Okay.
We had our events committee meeting today, and that's one thing that we're gonna try to work on prior to Earth Day, so that we have our set of rules and guidelines, but, there's that option.
Which side is it?
It's behind the house.
Behind the house.
If you look
Okay.
at page 24, it's hard to see, but there's ever so slightly an outline in the grass, like right in front of the house. This is the back side of the home. I don't know if you can kind of see that in there,
Yeah.
but that's where it's gonna go.
So that's better.
So, part of the application tonight was a chance for Alexander to introduce himself to you guys and kind of for you guys to hear about the project, but also, we have recommended, since he kind of had to get started on this, we recommended to go with the natural wood color, the things that need to be done for a garden. I think, did you decide if it's pre-treated wood or not treated?
The treated wood would be for the outside border, but the individual 16 beds, those would be non-treated because the chemicals could leach into the plants.
And then, if you look on page 33, we recommended he go with a black rain barrel for a place back there.
Mhm.
So, kind of a little bit of a blessing in a sense for the approval. If you guys do
I
have
love
some
the idea.
recommendations.
My only thought when I was reading it was just that it's really big, and I just wanted to make sure that it's something that's going to be used. And with the 16 beds, as long as there's a plan in place for what's going to be grown there, and that you all are going to maintain it, then
We're not long-term gonna maintain it. We are
Okay.
hoping to have a plan set in place to have a partnership, if you will, and maybe it comes down to Daisy troops or Boy Scout troops or Cub Scouts, but, the goal is to have kind of a partnership with someone who is all about the education and learning how to grow
yeah.
plants and vegetables and how to eat healthy and eat from your garden. So, that's kind of the idea of the community garden, and we're working on the long-term plan for it.
Okay.
so.
Sounds great.
And I think that's the good idea. The school kids, they will involve more and, they will learn.
Mhm.
So,
And this will be raised beds, right? So the walkway will be, in this case, three, whatever they are, 2x8s or 2x10s.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess two questions that I have. Has the town agreed on the layout of the park yet? Does this interfere with?
It will
with
not
the
interfere
plans?
with the layout.
Okay. And if we are going to have some type of a cooperative going on here with some type of volunteer group that's going to be assigned each plat, maybe we want to have some type of sign facilitated there.
Yes, we
Yes.
So
discussed
that
that today.
you
Mhm.
can identify who's volunteering and taking ownership of it. And
Yes.
Yes.
Give them
That
recognition.
will be most likely after this growing season and next year, but we have talked about having all the signs, having guideline signs, even some community garden signs to kind of advertise it, but all of that will be brought to you probably April, May timeframe.
wanted to lay it out there.
Yeah.
I hate to be the maintenance guy again,
Yes.
but just one thing, if you're doing, again, I appreciate the non-treated to keep the chemicals out, that's a good point. But non-treated wood is not gonna last long in the weather. I mean, it falls, that's why you want it treated wood. Have you considered any other alternate materials, like vinyl or Trex, or, I mean, I know it raises the price, but still, you're gonna be replacing boards pretty often.
yeah, very good point.
Thought.
At this time, I don't think we've looked into that, but it is a very valid question.
Okay.
Uh,
That's my concern.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
my own- that's-
Absolutely. Oh, we'll discuss that
Sure.
option,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm just thinking long-term. I love gardening, so I think it's a wonderful idea. I'm thinking long-term. My fear, which probably is not accurate, but I'm thinking about like an overgrown garden one day with them falling apart. So as long as we have a plan in place of like if they're deteriorating, if people aren't gardening, that we'll have them cleaned out and
Absolutely.
all those
Yes,
different
that
things,
will,
you
if
know.
worst comes to worst and it's just a total flop, then we will figure out a maintenance plan to get it taken care of and get it removed if necessary.
Or replaced if one
or
needs to be
replaced.
replaced and things like
And
that.
I know we're working on kind of some line item things, but their maintenance and stuff like that can be taken care of,
Okay.
so.
So I make a motion to approve the community garden zoning permit 2018-009 at the town park.
I second the motion.
Okay, I got a second and a motion. I think we've done all the discussions required, but last chance.
Just, like I say, I'm just concerned with doing the non-pressure treated wood. That's, I don't know if there's a revision that could be made there, but other than that, I'm happy with it.
And I would agree with you on that. So,
So as it stands now, all right.
but yeah, that would be something I would like thought about. But as what's proposed here, I do like the layout. So I guess we'll go for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I oppose.
Well, it still passes with a quorum, so good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to be reading in the paper, you getting your Eagle Scout. So. Okay, we'll move on to, I guess, 008. Fayette Street.
So tonight we have Satoshi here, who is looking to add bollards on his property line. There's been some issue with the customers at Details for the Home coming over onto his property. His wellhead's back there, so it's a big concern to not have that hit. Sometimes the customers even drive out the back and over the curb onto, I believe it's Gotham Manor Place back there, and use that as an additional exit. So, he does not want to put in additional fencing. If you look at page 41, kind of gives you a good idea here of the proximity of the parking lot and where the cars park, and of course, as they get busier with the holiday seasons, how it can become an issue back there. So currently, there are stakes with cable or wire running between, but as you can see in this picture, a couple of them have been hit. So his application is for the bollards, which you can see on page 45, a rough sketch of what they would look like. So this application's a little unique in the sense that our guidelines don't quite cover this. It can cover the materials, the color, and such, but we have not had an application like this before in town, so it's up to the ARB to use their best judgment, apply our guidelines, and make a recommendation accordingly.
Emily,
Yes.
does Details own that property all the way to the court?
Yes.
That's all their property? But what they're doing is they're backing up on your property and turning around and,
They'll, when the lot gets full, they, when I moved in, they would use part of my rear yard as parking. There's no,
delineation
yeah,
as to
you
what?
can't see that, where the property lines are. So after that, they would also occasionally drive off through the yard and over the curb to Gotham Manor, which is when the cars would get close to the wellhead and
Yeah.
the tracks would be in the yard showing where they went.
Have you talked with the business owner about?
I did. I talked with her about installing those metal stakes and asked her if she would have any issues with it, and she was totally fine with it. She was apologetic about the customers, but there's really no way for them to communicate that when they get there, I guess. They did also install metal stakes and yellow plastic chain along the curb of Gotham Manor Place to keep people from driving off of their property and over the curb where their property line is.
Have you asked them about putting in a fence?
I have not. The property lines on my lot, it goes all the way towards the right-of-way at Gotham Manor Place, but then the front property line it cuts diagonally. It's not a square lot, so
Yeah.
I don't think it would look, I wouldn't like the look of a fence continuing all the way and then not going anywhere.
Right.
And I don't want to enclose the rest of the yard.
I can understand that.
Also, for this purpose, the cost to install a fence versus what I am trying to do is not what I'm going for.
So you're asking for 6.
So your property is on the left side, right?
I'm sorry?
Your property is on the left side, that when you facing north, this, which side is your property?
If you look at page 44 and 45, so Details for the Homes over here, and then this is all his property, and that's shown here on the plat. It's that whole lot
Oh, okay.
that backs up to Gotham Manor Place, and he
Okay.
enters from Fayette Street, so that's the side and back.
Oh,
of
it's
his
this
home.
long entrance, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A long entrance, okay.
Does it say on here how tall these are?
Yeah, I think he has 30 inches, is that right?
Yes.
30.
Do you know what the space between them would be?
It would, I'd like to space it evenly across, it's approximately 50 feet, so it would be about 8 feet apart.
A car won't be able to fit through that, right?
If they try hard enough, I'm sure
They
they could
pro-
sneak through.
just- It's terrible that
I'm
people
sure it
just
would, but
can't.
at least it does give some type of,
I'd almost like to see
Identification.
them then along the back too, so it doesn't.
That's not his property.
I know,
Yeah.
but we could ask them if it would be okay, because then those metal stakes and the chain would be gone, and at least it would all look uniform, and
Right.
I agree.
it would also discourage people from driving onto the court.
We could ask them
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, I can reach out to the property owner.
and see if they would add some there too, and maybe that would give you a little more.
And I think it would look cleaner and neater.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible that you have to do that. I'm sorry, but
That's okay.
I would also like to say too, I would only allow this because of the special circumstances that it's next to the business and all of that, because I would not allow this for
oh no.
just any property line, you know?
I might say put them closer together and add a
Yeah.
couple more. I'm just saying, I'm worried a car could fit through there.
I mean, unless you want to plant some bushes in between the bollards, you know, I mean,
I'm open to adding more. I think if the space was decreased to 7 feet, you really would not be able to drive through it.
Right.
Or 6, so adding 2, 3 additional bollards is something I'm totally okay with.
And I think adding landscaping would be nice. Have you thought about that?
I haven't.
Like maybe not like that you had to, but that it be considered maybe some small little shrubs or bushes or
Between.
something, just to
I just worry
dress
people
it up a
now-
little bit.
All the cars have backup cameras now. They could, back up in between the two bollards and then pull out. I mean, they do crazy things.
but if you add like a line of shrubs or trees or small, whatever, to break
Okay.
it up, any kind of like landscaping, I think that would take care of that, bollards plus that, or would be fine with me, or choose one. But I agree, if we put the bollards in, I definitely think, you're right, we should have them, ask them to put it along the road, because the metal stakes and that looks terrible.
Yeah. I make a motion to approve zoning permit 2018-008 for 6610 Fayette Street.
I second the motion.
Okay, got a second on the motion, last chance for discussions. I was trying to narrow down here. Will you be putting like a clear coat on the, on those poles to keep them from weathering to a gray color, or?
I can paint them. I'm open to the color and appearance. I was going to use pressure-treated lumber so that they don't rot. But outside of that, I really wasn't
you wanna
planning on
keep it
putting
a
any
natural
coating.
I would say keep it natural, but
Since
just,
the fences,
Yeah.
it looks,
I would say keep it natural, but just, maybe seal it to make sure that the original
Yeah, so
color.
it doesn't gray.
Yeah,
okay, and we also need to say that we maybe adding,
With the option of
Another-
increasing the bollards to closer
okay, can you
spacing.
add that to the motion, Shelley? Can you amend my motion to say, to increase it to reduce the space between the bollards?
And who seconded that?
Bonded, right?
Bond, so you'll,
Amend your
amend
second.
that, please? Do I need to re-say it?
No.
Okay.
just make sure it's on record.
And that this is a special exception. Does that need to be
Yeah.
added to
That's
it as
already
well?
in the minutes.
Okay. And then Emily, will the town need to reach out to them to see if they can add it to the back?
Okay.
Okay, was everybody agreeable to sealing it then?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's in the air, Shelley? Okay. So, just to clear everything up then, we're going to be voting on this with the amendments as posted in the minutes here, which is pretty much, you have the option to add a few more ballards if you wanted to,
Yes.
and make sure that you put a clear coat on.
Okay, will do.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good luck.
Great, thank you very much.
Hopefully it'll solve the problem.
I think so.
Okay.
Have a great
Thanks
night.
for
Thank you.
coming in.
Thank you.
Okay, guess we got ZP 10 now. That's the sign application for Allstate.
So the Allstate application, there's a sign plan for the Bloom Building. And so the sign you see on page 50, that would go above his front door. It's on the back side of the building.
Mhm.
That's in the sign plan, matches it. That is approvable. The sign on page 51, also in the sign plan, however, the color, I had some issue with the color only in the sense that all the other oval signs that are currently hanging on the Bloom Building are white backgrounds with the colored lettering. And so my recommendation would be that maybe the colors are switched so that it blends in a little bit better with the other pre-existing signs that are there. The bracket, all of that, the overhang, everything else is to the sign plan. And there was also a request in the application, first, on page 52, the small directory sign, also in the sign plan, it's going on a pre-existing menu board. You can see the picture in the bottom right corner, also matches everything. So there was a request to do an additional sign on page 54, the last page, that looks like the Remax sign across the street. This was potentially gonna go on the front of the building. I spoke with Rick Robertson, who I mentioned to him that this is not a typical sign, this is not part of the sign plan, and I gave him the other option he could do, which is a sign similar to Foster's. The landlord was not interested in that, so as it stands tonight, we're looking at approving the sign above the front door, the oval sign, the menu board, and then stating for the record that this sign is not doable.
Okay.
And this is,
Yeah, my name's Mark Stevenson.
He's
I'm
representing
I'm
the-
Agency Technology Coordinator with the Allstate Capital Region. I'm just, Rick
Hello.
Robertson has to go out of town, so I'm attending this place.
You drew the short straw.
Yeah, I live over by the hospital, so I told him, no problem.
So what was his response about switching the colors on the sign?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine with Allstate.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it then. Do you have-
If it's switched, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think we're using the same sign vendor that previously did the sign
Yeah.
at that location.
Yeah, it pretty much falls within the sign package that they put together when those buildings were put up.
Okay, so,
They were the ones who initiated the sign package concept. That's where we started it.
yeah,
It was on-
with their building.
Yeah.
To keep looking, I found one page of it.
Anybody? Okay. I make a motion to approve zoning permit 2018-010 for Allstate Insurance at 15125 Washington Street with the clarification that the colors on the sign be switched, so the background on the, what's what's that called sign? The oval sign is white with blue lettering, and the sign on the side of the building is not permitted for this use. Did I get all that? Okay.
Okay, I got a motion.
I second the motion.
Okay, a motion and a second. Last chance for discussion. I think it's understandable. So we'll put it up for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
So you want me to update the layout and should I send it back to you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will Rick be required to come back to another meeting or no?
No. And if he has any questions, you can.
Okay, all right, thanks. Appreciate your guys'
All right,
time.
thank
Have
you.
a nice evening.
Thanks for
Sure.
coming out. Okay, that leaves the Little Free Library.
Thank you. So, since we met last, if you look at page 12, I spoke with Casey. Unfortunately, she had to work this evening and wasn't sure she could make it here. So what she sent back was this picture. I told her that you guys wanted to see kind of the exact of here's what she proposed to do. So her thought is a structure just like this, except the red would be the green or whatever color is recommended by the board, and it would go over by the museum. She wants to paint it white to make it look like the museum. The shingles will be of the same color, so I believe black is the roof over there.
Metal, isn't it? The roof metal.
Is it green?
Yeah, it's a green metal, I think.
I think it's green.
Okay, so
You pull up a picture? I mean, it's right outside, but.
It's dark
Do we-
out. Mom.
Yeah.
yeah, so I can discuss with her the roof.
Yeah, it's green metal.
Green metal, okay.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you guys would like to table it and we try again. I know normally we do have an applicant present for all applications to answer questions. So,
Well, I'm happy with this, and I'm also happy with it just being a regular shingle on top. Green metal might add a cost to it, and for such a small structure, it may look kind of funny with a green metal. It may not. I mean, it all depends on if you do get a crimped seam ridge on it and all that stuff. But
What about, do they have green shingles?
they do.
yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be fine. Maybe the same colors, but
Get my green shingle book.
They have a green and black mixture. Appears more green when you get it.
It does
in
appear
piece.
more green, but
yeah, that's
bad.
cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Especially if the door is green.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll kind of
Yeah.
pull the green.
Looks good to me.
What's the other side? One like an architectural, and this is a plain, or that's just different colors,
I
right?
think it's just
Yeah.
different colors.
Also, maybe if the lettering on the thing was black, it would pull the black from the shingle and then the green from this. So it would like all tie it together.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about that? What do you think?
Sounds
I
good.
see Robert's wheels are turning.
I think that the lettering could be
sounds good.
cuter, don't you? Not just like
So
stickers.
Could you define cuter?
So like, I think that she could actually make like a little sign or something that says,
Oh, I see what
you
you're
know,
saying.
take a book, return a book, or, you know, even just like a little plaque that says like, you know, little, or
Free li-
Haymarkets, little free library, and then if you take a book, please return a book, the website, that thing, those things.
So I can work with her on a sign, so maybe an option tonight is approve this no
structure.
lettering.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we come up with a plaque or a sign that maybe, not necessarily an engraver, but somebody who does those small signs could do. It's out of one of our approved fonts.
Yeah.
Something more along those lines. So just the basic
Yes.
structure of white, green shingles, green accent,
Right,
Yeah.
kind of.
get that.
Yes.
About that.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, I make a motion to approve zoning permit 2018-006 with white paint on the main part of the structure with green shingles, a green door, and the lettering and what it will say will be approved at a later date.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Last chance for discussion. Put it up for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay.
You went really smooth. Boom, 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 to get it done.
I did.
We're ready.
We all did our homework.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
We had an extra week.
We all get gold stars today.
Except for me, I was late for the work session.
That's okay. We didn't really do that much before you came.
Okay, old business. I don't think do we have any old business?
We have one item, the applicants who came for the Food Line Monument sign have not come back. So we either need to table that application or deny it and have them reapply, repay the fees, and so forth.
What's your recommendation?
They were supposed to come today.
They were supposed to come back with a changed sign plan, but I never heard anything back from them.
Okay.
So at this point,
What if we table it one more month and then see if they come back? And
Yeah,
if not,
let's-
then we'll
that
deny
was
it.
my, yeah.
That's
What do you
fine.
think? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I make a motion to
Table it for
table.
one
Let's reach out to whoever.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just taking them a little bit longer.
Right, to get
Yeah.
all their ducks in a row.
And that one was, I forget the number. Is there, hold on.
We have it.
It is ZP 2018-003.
Okay, so I make a motion to table that until the April ARB meeting.
I second the motion.
Okay, you got a second in the motion. I'm assuming there's no discussion required. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
The trash cans and the pet station.
Okay,
Can we have a color and make that decision?
what does everybody want to do? Here's the books.
I think the goal is to get them ordered and hopefully have them all installed by Earth Day.
Now, you say the tabletops are the golden, is that what they are?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Picture.
Is it the same material?
yes. It's the, like the Trex material, so it doesn't
Okay.
weather.
Yeah, I'm good with the golden and either or, black or green for the accented metal supports.
What do you want
I
to
don't
do?
know what you guys,
Yeah, golden,
Feel
green,
about
and
that?
green, and that you just showed that wood.
So you want to do two different colors? Like the doggy poop station will be one color and then the trash can's going to be a different color.
Maybe
just-
do if the trash can's gonna set near one of the picnic tables or in the vicinity, maybe do the trash can to match the picnic
Mhm.
tables. And then the pet station could be the green, and
Yeah.
it would all be green.
Yes, that way people will not get confused.
I think, I'm not entirely sure where Denise intends to place them in the park, but there may be one near the parking in the park, and then there may be one closer to the sidewalk, and then that way it would match with the street lights, kind of coming down, it wouldn't be stand out.
I think that's a good idea.
Can we get the one that has the recycle in it too?
The trash can,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
can put in the request.
What's everyone think about that?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Sure.
Just as long as town maintenance doesn't mind collecting.
Now that we do have a maintenance plan for.
We do have a maintenance plan
Already
for
in
emptying the trash
place.
cans. We have it.
Not me.
Probably part of the, what are we under, American now, American contract?
American, no,
Waste
Republic.
Republic.
Shelley's talked to them many days in the last few weeks. So do we need a motion, Emily, or just guidance? Direction.
I think just
Direction.
direction is all
Direction.
required here.
Yes.
You've been very productive tonight.
That's true.
I think that's all we have for old business.
Okay, move on to the next item then, town planner update.
It's the Emily show.
Couple new projects coming in town. We'll hear about them more soon, hopefully. I did notice at one of the properties on Washington Street that they were in there cleaning up all the debris piles behind
Across the
home.
street?
Not across, down, down that way a little
Okay.
bit, a blue home. So that was good. We'll be sending out a couple more violation letters. With all the wind, we're trying to give people a couple days to pick up some stuff and, take care of some trees, but we'll be taking care of that. And I think that's about it for my update. It's been kind of quiet on the planning commission side. So, we haven't had a meeting recently and
Yeah,
That's
Since-
about to change.
yeah, since January, but that is gonna change, so,
no meeting in February, no meeting in March.
and no meeting next week.
You still have openings for the planning
We
commission?
do, and we are taking all applications,
I have someone in mind, so,
and it's about to get fun,
okay.
so.
I'll let that person know.
And yes, we will be looking to fill some positions on, open positions, so if you guys know of anybody, you wanna reach out,
Okay.
just let us
Cool.
know if there's anything we can do to help, or send them an application or anything. So, that's all I have.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you. Okay, next item, town council update.
Don't really have anything. We've been working on the budget.
How's
That's-
that going?
It's very exciting.
Yes.
Numbers are so exciting.
With the budget, I think we might adjust the fee schedule just a little bit, maybe discuss doing some more admin fees for simple like roof changes if it matches our approved color, things like that we can clarify, cause it's not clarified in our guidelines right
Mhm.
now. Some just housekeeping kind of updates to our guidelines, but that might come up in our fee schedule, so that's the only thing that really affects the ARB part of it.
And it's about to get real busy with the new development coming in, so we'll have lots of decisions to make. We're working towards, the council's working towards getting the outside of this property refaced. I mean, we're still going in that direction. So it's up for discussion now as to a timeline and things like that, so
Exciting.
it's very exciting.
Yeah, sounds nice.
So I think that's it. We have, our meeting again already is on Monday. So we're to April.
Cool.
So that's all I have.
Susan, for that update.
Okay,
And we all know Maju doesn't have one because
Mm.
there's been no meeting.
that's right.
Do zoning
Okay,
appeals.
so, I guess I'll mention it though.
Planning
Move on to the planning commission update. No new news,
No
right?
new news.
Okay.
No news is good news.
Right, so motion to adjourn?
We're at adjournment. I got a motion.
Second.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We have adjourned.
Hey,
Yep,
TikTok.
very smooth, very smooth.